Raz, I'm back, and I've got a surprise for you.
Raz, Karcy, why melt my molecules? I didn't even know you were alive. It's good to see you, my friend.
Navarro, Jean, you remember me?
Of course.
So it seems you remember everything.
Hey, kid. You were at the airport with Veltor. What are you doing here?
It's you, the cop chick at the airport. What are you doing here?
Cop chick? I should drop you for that. Now, hand over the capsules, Sonny.
But I don't have the capsule anymore. I gave it to Raz. He's got it now.
I see. Okay, Raz, talk to me and make it real.
Sir, the ITP air attack on Navarro Jean was a complete failure.
I'm not surprised. Lawson always said the ITP was incapable of doing anything right on their own. And what about the boy? Do you have any information on his whereabouts?
No, sir. We haven't found him yet, but we've got teams out searching every part of the city and surrounding areas.
You know I sense that boy's a threat to us. I want him found before the capsule gets into the wrong hands.
Yes, sir.
So, you two and Veltor Curtis believe the information in Zeus is so vital to the well-being of everyone on Earth, you're willing to risk your lives for it. And you think the government, the ITP and organised crime are working together to hide it. On the other hand, you tell me your memories are as scrambled as the happy face omelette at Benny's Diner.
I told you, our memories are coming back. And besides, why should I believe we can trust you?
You'll have to ask your pal Raz.
She's red hot, isn't she, Navarro? Don't worry. I trust her.
You think she's hot, so we're supposed to trust her?
Look, despite what Dr. Love here just said, I want to get to the bottom of this as much as you do. I've suspected foul play at ITP for a while now. It's my duty to flush it out. I'm with you all the way.
That's the truth, Navarro.
The truth? Well, the truth packaged in just the right length skirt. You never change, Raz, Karcy.
Now that we're one big happy family, tell me more about your work together.
Well, we worked together, in a way. We were all experts in specialised areas, but we were never told what the other teams were doing. It was top secret stuff. We couldn't discuss our work with anyone.
And it was on this project that you both met Dr. Veltor Curtis.
You guys were teammates.
Yeah, that was 20 years ago. My expertise is in genetics. Navarro's is in anti-gravity and Veltor's is in particle physics. The study of the atoms that make up all matter in the physical world. We all knew each other by reputation, and we were excited about working on an important top-secret government project together. But after one meeting which only lasted a few minutes, we were separated. We received no explanations, just orders. There will be no communication between each other at all. It was strictly forbidden. Then soon after that, we were all shipped out to separate labs. I was sent to Lystera, Navarro to Mitterrand and Veltor to Gozan.
I know those names, those labs. They were all destroyed by a saboteur. I remember reading about the case. The perp was never caught, but no one was supposed to have survived those bombings.
That's what the public was told. The saboteur was the government itself. We were all supposed to be dead. Right before the accident took place, we were all forcibly subjected to a memory-absorbing machine, but something went wrong. Our memories were only partially absorbed, but we were lucky to escape with our lives. When it was over, my memory was so compromised I could barely remember my name.
But he didn't run far enough. None of us did. We were caught and put into underground cells. In a way, they did kill us. When they realized they still needed us for information, they tortured us until we worked again.
But we were still separated, with no direct communication between us allowed. We found out that from that period on, all of our work was meticulously recorded and put on disks that were stored in the main computer.
So, those bastards blew up their own labs in an attempt to cover up their work.
Yeah, the only reason we were kept alive was so that we could continue our work. If they had managed to retrieve all of our memories, none of us would be alive today.
And Dr. Veltor Curtis may not be.
I hope you're wrong about that.
Today, memory extraction has come a long way. If Veltor refuses to talk, they may not need him alive.
Yeah, I heard that goon at the airport, Kondo, say something like that to Veltor.
It's not a pretty procedure.
Let's change the subject. How do you manage to escape?
Ah, yes, our escape. To this day, none of us will ever forget it. Nor the mysterious person that made it possible. One day, without warning, we were herded together, thrown into a windowless armored truck and taken away. Our fears intensified as we drove for what seemed like hours and hours. All we could do was worry. We were sure we had been taken to a secluded place to be executed. Our memories were so scrambled at that point that we didn't have enough information about each other to formulate anything more than a rudimentary plan, assuming that we could escape. But as we drove on, the prospect of that escape seemed less and less possible. We were so beaten psychologically that we had just about given up hope of ever getting away. And then the truck suddenly stopped. We got to our feet in anticipation of the guards coming for us, but they never did. And then we heard a series of gunshots. This frightened us even more, and then the truck door slowly opened, and we were shocked to see not the guards coming for us, but a young boy standing there, alone, waving us out.
A young boy?
Yes, he stood there and beckoned to us. We cautiously got out of the truck and stared at him. When he spoke, we knew there was something very special about him. He freed us, and then asked if in return we'd promise to search for the parallax key. And then he was gone.
What's a parallax key?
Doesn't parallax mean another viewpoint?
That's basically correct, yes. But to this day, I still don't understand what he wanted us to do.
We all thought about a key, or solution to some problem that we hadn't looked at from the right point of view. After we were split up, we started to search for the truth, being careful not to be caught. And we made a deal that night to terminate the experiment if we found out that the experiment would be used for destructive purposes.
So, did any of you ever find out who the mysterious boy was, or where he came from?
How old was the boy?
I'm not sure. I guess he was about 14 or 15 years old.
So, that boy would now be a middle-aged man, huh?
Yes. That is, if he's alive.
So, to this day, none of you remember any details about your work at the labs?
No clear details. But we do remember bits and pieces of the experiments that were going on there.
Like what?
I remember at Lystera there was a lot of high-tech experimental work being done in the field of human cloning.
Cloning?
Yeah, the goal was to create human clones with superhuman abilities. The experiments were extensive. But that's all I can remember. I don't know. We've been trying for years to get to the bottom of this mystery.
the government would do anything to capture you guys. Even to the point of going through the criminal data. Why?
I don't know. And I nearly gave up. But then you showed up with a capsule, Arcano.
So the guy who gave me the capsule is Veltor Curtis.
That's right. Unlike us, he's obviously managed to resolve this mystery and he's put all the data in the Zeus network.
So that's why we've got to break into Pagoda. The only way to reach Zeus' network from here is to go through Pagoda.
Veltor must have finally put it all together. That's what's hidden in Zeus. I'm coming with you to get it.
Well, I wish you all the best of luck. Been nice working with you. I'm taking my 50 thou now and splitting for the junk blade tryouts. See you later, if you're alive.
Arcano, wait.
A deal's a deal, Raz. I'm out of here, coach. See ya.
Well, I can't really blame him. But we need at least 3 people to pull this thing off. And with my bad legs, I'm useless.
You've got Chris and myself. But the third has got to be Arcano. Without his youth and strength, we don't have a chance. We've got to get him back.
He's right.
I guess I should help him. But I've got to think of my career.
That night, after a very short wrestling match with his conscience, Arcano decided that his personal needs outweighed the needs of the many. But just like the others who thought that, something eventually sneaks up and bites you on the arse, and you realize that you too, somehow, may just be a part of the many.